there, it's 808 Coaster Rider here. We're just now leaving, I am just now leaving Silver Dollar City. My buddy Pat, who came down with me, he left a little bit early, but we had a fantastic time at the 2018 ACE Spring Conference. It was a 3-day event, kicked off on Friday night with some Time Traveler ERT at night. We were the first riders to ride in the dark, so that was pretty cool. They gave us a shirt for that. And then Saturday was a full day morning ERT on Outlaw Run that turned into a shared full park ERT with a group, a local hospital, Mercy, had an event. Their company picnic was down there at the same time. So because of that, they actually gave us Trailblazer passes to use while the park was open, which was fantastic because the crowds were incredible this weekend, and I mean, wait times were really high. I know Time Traveler was a 2.5-hour wait at one point. You know, we've seen Wildfire at an hour at some points, Powder Keg at an hour. So without those Trailblazer passes, and we got the super ones as well, so we could do as many rides on Outlaw Run, Wildfire, Powder Keg, and several other rides we got to do at unlimited time. And it was only good for one time on Time Traveler, but because of all the ERT, we got several rides on it. So the food that they provided was enormous. I mean, the buffet, or I guess the samples on the first day, the samples were huge, and you got unlimited amounts, so stupid amount of food on Friday. Then Saturday we had a massive breakfast, and then today we even had, to end the day, we had a huge brunch. So, and then this morning we had some Time Traveler ERT, which was great as well, and then I'm actually just now leaving the park, but you had a mission to Silver Dollar City for 3 days. So overall, it was well worth the time and the money that it cost to do this. Silver Dollar City played great host. Silver Dollar City is always an amazing park, but they really outdid themselves with this event. There was over 400 Acers that came to the spring conference, so it was a massive event, but they managed it, I thought, pretty well. The nighttime ERT on Time Traveler was great. I think not everyone had showed up yet, so you got to have, I think I got 5 rides in the night, or maybe even 6 on Time Traveler. Some of the other ERTs though, you know, Outlaw Run, you only really got 1 ride because there's so many Acers there. And I think Time Traveler this morning, we only got 2 rides. But for the crowds, I think they managed it pretty well. You know, they even provided some pretty cool tours. We had a photo op by the Time Traveler drop. That was really cool. And we also got a kind of a behind-the-scenes tour of Outlaw Run, which was awesome as well. You know, just overall, they spoiled us as always. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's been to Coaster Christmas, but I mean, the gifts and the handouts that they give you is incredible. We got, I would say, just as much free stuff here. You know, we got an awesome shirt that says, whoop, losing my camera. Sorry. We got an awesome shirt that says I rode Time Traveler first time in the dark, so that was pretty cool. And they gave out a couple other goodie bags as well. Overall, I just want to say thank you to ACE and to Silver Dollar City for allowing us to come in and ride all those rides. You know, there was some people from all over the country, all over the world that came for this event. I met somebody from England. I met some people from Massachusetts. And that's another cool thing about these ACE events, is you meet a lot of awesome people as well. I met a guy named Luke down here. He actually runs the YouTube account Coaster Rider, like writing, W-R-I-T-E-R 1. I would check out his account. He showed me some of the projects that he's working on. He likes to build Connect roller coasters, and not only does he build some pretty cool layouts, but he also does a lot of detail in the theming, so you'll have to check out his account. I'll try to put a link in the description if I remember below. But awesome guy from Virginia Beach. We hung out a lot, rode some rides together, so that was pretty cool. And my buddy Pat, I met down here. He lives in St. Louis with me, and I've been friends with Pat for a long time. And he's a huge coaster enthusiast. Actually, the reason why I got into ACE, he introduced me, took me to my first event, Daredevil Days, out in St. Louis. And so always a great time to hang out with him down here. He just loves roller coasters. It was his first time on Time Traveler, and so that was just a blast as well. I met a lot of other really cool people throughout the event, and that's what I feel like that makes the ACE event special. Is not only do you get to ride a bunch of roller coasters and have ERT and food, but you get to meet a bunch of people with the same passion that you do. So, but overall, great day. I mean, the weather couldn't have been more perfect. We were in the sunny and in the 70s and 80s for the weekend. You know, I can't say enough. The ride operations were incredible. There was hardly any downtime on the main attractions. I mean, Time Traveler, that was one of my concerns, was that Time Traveler might be down for the event, but for all the ERT, opened up fairly on time and ran very well here. I'll lose my camera one time. So hopefully I'm going to start doing some of these car vlogs. I have a long commute to work every day, and I like talking about roller coasters and what's going on. There's a lot of new things happening. So I'm hoping to do more of these while I'm waiting in traffic to get into my job, and I can talk about all the latest rumors that are going on, just coaster talk in general. I might actually take a segment here and focus on some of the new stuff. Obviously, lots of coaster news out there this weekend with a lot of opening days. Cedar Point's opening day, and the Steel Vengeance collision / slight bump that happened. You know, I wasn't there, so I can't really speak about the information. I've heard a lot of different things, whether it was like a very slight bump, and some people are saying it was actually a little bit more than that. What I do know is that the ride has been open periodically throughout the day today, so they actually got to reopen, but it still had its downtime issues. And at poor Cedar Point, just in general, they've just had a rough opening weekend from what I heard. A lot of rides were down on Friday due to high winds. A lot of rides were down on Saturday. I know Valraven was down for a while. Steel Vengeance obviously had the collision. And then Top Thrill Dragster was down for a lot of the day as well. And we were actually going to go out to, me and my sister were actually going to go out to Cedar Point we were debating on possibly doing opening weekend or in 2 weeks, but we had to push that off. And I'm actually kind of glad we did right now, because we'll let them get the things figured out with Steel Vengeance. Hopefully we don't have a Lightning Rod 2 happening. But that happens when you're opening a new ride. You can expect there to be some growing pains and some downtime with them. So I think we're gonna wait until fall to get out there, and hopefully everything's figured out with Steel Vengeance and Cedar Point's rolling, and season maybe crowds will be lighter as well. Hopefully. What else coaster news? As you know, Carowinds, there's been a little bit of leaks on their project. You know, I can't verify any of the information. This is just kind of rumors floating around, but I will give my thoughts on it. I hope it's true. I hope it's a Mack launch coaster. I think if we brought something like Helix or Icon or Blue Fire to the States, that it would be awesome. I actually have my cousin Michelle is moving out to Charlotte, so I'm hoping to get down to Carowinds either this year or next year. I haven't been on Fury or Intimidator, so definitely looking to come down, but I'm hoping that they open that and I get to go down there and ride it as well. I'm also Twisted Cyclone testing, so you know, that's good news. Expected to open up later this month. You know, we'll see if it has any of the issues that the last 3 RMCs to open up have had here in the States, so we'll see. Hopefully everything's all good, and I might get to go out and ride that later on. So, as far as that, I mean, that's going to end this CLOG is what I'm going to call it. This is the first ever CLOG car vlogging, I guess. The next trip that you'll see us at, you know, there's a chance we might head out to Six Flags St. Louis later this month. I'm hoping to head out there because I haven't been there this year. Boss obviously has that new ending, which I've heard mixed reviews. My buddy Pat that I mentioned earlier, he actually went out there and said that the new turn is actually pretty nice, but that they've actually slowed the ride down a lot in the middle. So the middle to ending half of the ride is actually much slower than what it was before. So that's obviously disappointing to hear. But I'm going to hopefully get out there and try it myself. There's also construction starting on the new water slide that they're building out there. So progress is being done. Hopefully that is open for opening day. I love roller coasters, but I also love water parks equally as much. And so hoping to get out there. But if we don't make it to Six Flags St. Louis, I'm actually headed out to Dallas for men's nationals in volleyball, where my team's going down to play USAV nationals down there. So I will hopefully be out there taking some footage at Six Flags over Texas. That will be my first time headed down there. And if we don't make it on those 2 trips, we already paid for Hollywood Nights at Holiday World in the beginning of June. That's going to be part of my huge vacation that I'm taking at the end of May into June, my birthday week. So hopefully doing some traveling, and so we'll definitely be there, and maybe doing a Kentucky Kingdom add-on on Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, so we got some exciting stuff. I actually have a couple new projects I'm going to be starting, hopefully. As you know, I'm really pressed on time, so to put out some high-quality videos is a little bit tough, depending on the speed. But I'm thinking of a long-term project doing. I won't give out too much details of it yet, but I got some cool stuff hopefully coming in the future. Hopefully taking some of the footage I had. I didn't vlog much at the park, but hopefully take some of the footage I took this weekend and throwing out some highlight videos of Wildfire and of Outlaw Run and some of the other cool coasters. So yeah, we got a lot of exciting things happening. Hopefully we're going to make this a thing now where I can vlog for you maybe twice a month. I'll do a CLOG video. Hopefully maybe get my sister in there, and we'll do these CLOGs on road trips and on my way to work to kill some time. So besides that, I just want to thank all our followers. You know, we have a small following, but I just like doing this. I like video editing, photo editing, and I'm hoping to improve my skill as we go along. And so you know, I appreciate all the feedback that you guys give on my photos on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and I really take all your comments to heart, and I really both positive and negative feedback is very much welcome, just because I have a passion for coasters and videoing, and to mix these two together is pretty awesome. So yeah, hopefully I get to see you all at a theme park soon. Thank you for watching this video. If you are not an ACE member, you should be one if you like roller coasters. If you're watching this video, likely you like roller coasters. So you should be an ACE member. It's only, I believe it's $65 for a membership. It lasts you a whole year. You get park discounts. You get invited to really cool events. Even there's media days that you can be invited to. So there's just a lot of cool things. They have the spring conference like we just did. They have a lot of those. They have Coaster Con that's happening out in Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Kings Dominion, and also Six Flags America. And that's a huge event that they do. They're also doing I believe it's a Japan trip as well. So it's just a fun thing. It's $65, and you get invited to all these cool things. And like, I paid $60, around $60 to do this Silver Dollar City 3-day event. And if you didn't have a pass, it was still $60. And you got all this food, all this ERT, and 3 days in the park. I mean, at this point, I mean, that's worth your money alone. You also get a cool magazine, and there's just a lot of awesome stuff that happens with ACE. So if you are not an ACE member, I suggest you go to their website. I'll try to also remember to put a link in the description for this as well. But go and become a member. Do it now. All right, adios.